Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we have the very distinct honor of visiting with Dr. Carter, Dean of the Firelands Campus Community College, which is a satellite of BGSU, Bowling Green State. As some of you remember, I went to school at Firelands and the Bain campus back in the 1700s with George Washington's son. Uh, uh, I do like to make jokes incessantly. Dr. Carter can always drop my grade point average if she doesn't like what I say, right? So, Dr. Carter, welcome aboard. I don't know whether to try to do my traditional first interview or just let you say whatever you want to say. Your
Oh,
choice.
absolutely. And I just thank you for the opportunity. And it's always great to connect with our alums. And so I
Oh,
appreciate the extension.
God
Um,
bless you. God bless you.
absolutely.
You're Yeah, so where did you here's how we normally do our first interview. Dr. Carter has promised me on paper that she'll do at least 6,000 interviews, so we have lots to hear from her. Where did you grow up and what was your education as a young person?
absolutely. So I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, the
Okay.
actual inner
Oh
city.
God. I turned that off and then I turned it back on in case you called me. So
Oh,
let
no
me turn it.
worries.
Sorry about that. I'll turn it off again. You grew up in Detroit,
Yep, educated
Motown.
through Motown and, educated through the public school system there.
All right.
But I am one of five children to two military veterans who both served in World War II.
Well,
Um,
thank them if they're alive still. Thank them for their service, and if they're not, thank them for their service.
Absolutely. I wish they were, but they're gone on, and they instilled in each one of my siblings the importance of education. I just so happened to be the youngest. So I had siblings to learn from and parents to learn from. But I graduated fairly early from high school. I was only 15 years old.
Oh, because
Um,
you're a prodigy and you don't want to just say the word prodigy.
No, I don't, I think I
Come
figured out the
on.
system. No, I'm a
Yeah.
little smart, but I figured out how
Now
they were working the
now we got to
credits.
do a special. Now we're with a genius. Albert Einstein couldn't make his show this morning, so I guess you're the only genius we're having on today.
You get me, you're stuck with me. But but as a result, my mom, she was working, had, served the military, worked in the automotive industry, both parents. But she began in her retirement age working at the archdiocese. And so
Okay.
we were often affiliated with the Catholic space, and they had a small little private school in Adrian, Michigan. And they decided since I was 15 years old, I needed to go away. And at that time, the Dominican nuns were still on campus.
Go,
So they sent
go
me away to be
away.
with nuns.
That was your fate for being smart.
That's
Oh
what
my
happened to me.
God.
And not
Oh,
knowing any better, I wanted this college experience and kept trying to
yeah.
transfer, but it was a quality education that kind of set me on my path to where I'm at today and being
All
in
right.
leadership and administrator. Yeah.
Wow. Being with nuns for how long were you with at the nunnery?
I was there for 4 years. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, and your mom worked with the bishop directly or what?
With the Archdiocese of Detroit. Yeah. It's
But
called
that would
St.
be the bishop,
Agnes.
right? Would that be the
Um,
bishop's office or?
I don't know his title. It was Father Farrell. So he wasn't a bishop. I know he was a father of that
Oh,
center. Yeah.
okay. Because I did years ago, we did interview one of the bishops of the Episcopal Church,
Uh-huh.
and she's now number three in the Episcopal world behind the presiding bishop and whoever's number two.
Wow.
So she wasn't at the time. She was she was bishop of the diocese that I'm in here in California. But Anyway,
Awesome.
we always like to have people on. So, what brought you? I know you went to the nunnery and then you went to your bachelor program.
Mhm.
What brought you to administration at a college level? What made you
Yeah,
decide in your heart to do that kind of work?
absolutely. Well, early I did not know this was even a profession. And as my mom told me, I went to college and never came out. And she would ask me every year, when will you be graduating? And so, I just kind of stayed here for a while. Um, you know,
Yes, yes,
but
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it starts in like being active as a student. So I got involved in leadership roles and
Right.
programming and things of that sort. And one day someone would tell me this is a career, but I kind of had my mind set on becoming a medical doctor. And so I did a lot of work in the biology and chemistry space, but I ended up coming back,
Now,
later.
what
Yeah.
school did you go to?
So I went to Siena Heights University in Adrian, Michigan, was my undergrad, which I got a
Okay,
bachelor's of science in biology with a
okay,
minor in
okay.
chemistry.
All right. Okay,
Mhm.
good. Very
And then I
nice.
did my master's of science out of Southern Illinois at Carbondale campus.
You just
And,
like to pick the hard schools, huh?
well, I like the
Yeah.
Midwest, it seems like, So I
Oh,
started in
Lord.
Michigan, then went to
Yeah.
Illinois.
Wow.
And then
Yeah,
my
you're
did some backward work. I did my doctorate at Bowling Green State University
okay.
in Bowling Green,
All
Ohio.
right.
And then I have an MBA from the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So I like
Yeah.
college, I love education.
God almighty.
I tell
Wow.
people education is my mission. It really become my
Boy, you
purpose.
really. Oh, so what would you like to tell us about Firelands? How do you
Yeah.
feel? I was there in would have been fall of 69, spring of 70.
Mhm.
Would that been the first or second year of the satellite?
Um, so the first would have been 1965.
Okay.
In Sandusky High School here in
Oh,
Ohio.
you were in the okay.
Yeah,
Y'all
we were
didn't have your
actually in the
own.
high school.
Because I
And
was
then
in the
you,
cornfield. I was one of the
yes,
first students in the cornfield.
yeah. So you would have went to either so 68 is when we had the first two buildings in the cornfield, as
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm we've grown since then, many, many acres of land, and we're proud to say that we have the McBride Arboretum, which is a natural preserve with over 100 bird species and over 80
Oh,
tree species and water for fishing and walking ponds. And I mean, it's just an opportunity to really bring nature and education to our community. And so it's become
good
really a
Lord.
part of who we are
Yeah.
and what we do.
Oh, wow. That's just
Yeah,
so, it's so beautiful. It's such a wonderful place. And I think my high school guidance counselor got me into firearms. I'm not sure.
yeah,
I've had disabilities all my life, but they weren't, back in the day, people knew there was just something wrong with me. They didn't know what it was. you know how it was, you
yeah,
know how it was perceived back then.
yeah.
So, well, I sure liked my year there, and you'll forgive me if I mention the wonderful Dr. Joel Redinger,
Oh,
who was on
no.
staff at that time. I had been writing poetry since I was 15, so about 4 or 5 years by then. And my high school teachers at Vermillion High School really did help me with that.
Yeah,
And then Dr. Redinger just lifted me up farther. And I'm happy to say that I'm 74. In the last 5 years was one of the first times I really started trying to submit my poetry anywhere.
okay,
And I got published in an embarrassingly high number of places,
okay.
including Poetry Magazine itself back in April of 2023 or 24. I can't remember. It's
Well,
kind of the premier,
congratulations.
one of the premier. I don't know if you what you know about literature, but it's one of the premier magazines in the United States, at least, if not the world. So,
That's
and a lot of
amazing.
other places, over 100 other places.
Absolutely. Well,
So,
Joel is still around, and in fact, he's one of our featured keynote speakers at our 60th anniversary. We're going to be hosting on November 19th.
is that going to be digitally available or not?
We will figure out how to make that available, most definitely.
Because I don't know that I'll ever get to say hi to him, but he
Okay.
doesn't know, he has no clue how much he helped shape my life in a positive way. So,
Absolutely. I will definitely
yeah.
make sure he knows this too. He serves on my leadership board, so he's the guy to tell
He's
me
a,
what to do.
I don't remember any of my other teachers. I only, when I went to Maine the next year, I was working. I'm from a blue collar family, so dad said, "You boys are going to school, going to college, and we're not paying for it."
Mhm.
So I was working at a. May I say these things, or is it okay what I'm telling?
Absolutely.
I'm
You're fine.
kind of hijacking your interview. We're not finding anything out about you.
Well,
But
I
I got
get
a lot.
6,000 more, so you're okay.
God. Anyway, I was working at a place called Dean's Cook Dean's Cook Restaurant or something in Sandusky,
Okay.
flipping thin steaks that were almost really steaks. And I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night graveyard. So when
Hmm.
I got off Sunday morning, I would drive the 90 miles to Bowling Green, Maine. And my first class at 8 o'clock was a calculus class with a gentleman who spoke great Arabic,
Hmm.
not a lot of English, and I would
Hmm.
soundly go to sleep. And so it was one of the few classes I failed. But anyway, life is life. So tell us
Yeah.
more about yourself, whatever I'm a good interviewer, but when I meet, well, let me joke a little and not joke. When I meet beautiful women, I get tongue tied. So,
Okay. See, I can't even believe that.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell us whatever else you want to tell us about the programs there or about
Absolutely.
people do want to know about you because they will purchase from people they like, know, and trust.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there wants to go to Bowling Green or Firelands,
Yeah.
they're going to have to get to know you a little bit to trust that they want to go there. So you might invest in telling us a little bit about yourself more.
Absolutely. Well, as I kind of shared, I'm from the Midwest, born and raised in Michigan, and always kind of watched or seen from a distance Bowling Green State University. Even though we're anchored in Ohio, it had a strong impression on a lot of students, especially from inner city areas, because you had
Yeah,
some really strong leaders that were doing outreach in regards to how to get quality-based education
right,
at an affordable rate. And so intertwining the story of not my own, but just also BG, we
right.
really believe it's our obligation to cultivate good through public education. And so
Well, and it
BG
was originally a
always,
teacher's college.
it was
Created as a teachers college back in Ohio. Went into
1910.
the
Yeah.
yeah, because they Ohio went into the Union in 1803.
Mhm.
Uh, I was actually, I think I placed sixth in the state in a elementary level history class about Ohio
Okay.
back in the day. So now, what's your interaction with the rest of Bowling Green? Are there other satellites? Are you
Mhm.
part of several meetings every month at the dean level within the university system? And you're part of
Absolutely.
the state system, so you have to participate in that too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of management level stuff.
Mhm. So I am I am one of 11 deans for Bowling Green State University, as there are several other colleges, but we are the only one that is located, not in the same proximity. Bowling Green itself is in the city of Bowling Green, Ohio,
Right,
while the Firelands College is located in Huron, Ohio, which is almost 60 miles away. So we're a little bit more like North Central Ohio.
okay,
We often service people from Erie, Huron, Sandusky, Ottawa, and Lorain counties.
okay,
Those 5 counties actually were how we got started or founded, because we weren't initially actually created from Bowling Green. This
right,
is a community uh, effort of a college, because we're not a community college, but we are a college of the community. And
yeah,
so the residents of those counties gave of their own money and pockets into a vision to create a university in their backyard. And so as a
okay.
result of that, with the public movement of Governor Rhodes at the time, every one of those colleges had to find a public institution to support them. And so
Okay, okay,
Bowling
that
Green
was,
State University agreed, and the board voted us in 1965, and we've been a part of them ever since. We are the only campus that's a regional. Many of the other public schools have multiple, regional-based campuses, or what you reference as a satellite. So I get the privilege of being the distinct offerer, among that community.
so the
But
other
I spent
satellites are closer geographically to the Bowling Green University, Maine?
There are no others. We would be the closest still. There are like
Okay,
community colleges and technical trade schools that are,
okay,
on my
part
way
of,
there. I may pass
okay,
3 different institutions in
yeah,
60 miles, but
yeah, okay,
they are the closest to us in proximity, and we are
uh,
one, and so it's great to be a part of that. And so what we've done to make ourselves distinctive is that we are the only associate granting college among the
oh,
11.
okay,
Um, we also do bachelor's degrees, so we have them both. So some of
wow,
our students that may be place bound and can't drive like you did, the hour
yeah,
and 15-minute
yeah,
ride,
yeah,
they can finish their bachelor's here with us.
okay.
We also have the Board of Trustees for Bowling Green have set our tuition at a rate that's
Hmm.
very affordable for the local community. Mhm. So we come in less than
I,
$240 a credit hour. It's
I,
pretty much
I,
comparable to a community college. So
well, there was a time in the history of the United States when some colleges, notice how I worded that, some in the history of the United States, some were actually free
well,
at times.
yeah,
In fact, I moved out here thinking I would do more in education because at the moment that I thought about moving out here to California,
yeah,
it was still free in California.
gotcha.
They changed it quickly thereafter when they heard I was coming. So, but
Well,
yeah,
one of the things we're fortunate, we're launching it with our 60th to expand, but we have what's called the Sandusky Promise. And so
okay.
any student coming out of Erie County that has financial need do not pay tuition here. Um, I-
Oh,
yeah, I just got out of a meeting with a foundation here, a local foundation, the Erie County Community Foundation, and we're looking at launching that same initiative beyond just that geographic space, that we're going to just call it the Firelands Promise, and that any student from these 5 counties that help get us
oh,
started, if they have a child that want to go to college or them themselves and they have financial need, we don't want you to pay anything out of your pocket.
praise the Lord.
Yeah,
Well, how can people, because people from my area or anywhere in the world, this goes out to the world. So
yeah.
if someone wants to donate and such, how would they get in touch with whomever would be the proper person, yourself or others? What, give us
Absolutely.
some contact information.
So you would go to www.bgsu.edu.
Okay,
And at the bottom of our web page, it talks about Give Now. And so you
okay,
just hit the button, and it provides you with an opportunity to make a donation. You can
okay,
designate that donation if you wanted to go to a student in need, scholarships, just general funds or to colleges, right? We have
Okay.
colleges in music, education. You have my college, which is Firelands College. We have libraries. So there are many things that will appeal to the donor
Okay, okay.
and wherever your desires are.
All right, well, we probably could wrap only because the kids nowadays have short attention spans. I'm gonna, if I may, I'm gonna ask permission first, but I'm gonna throw you a curveball because one of my other clients is a doctor, can't remember her last name now, but she's starting a seminary,
Okay.
which I know is a much different animal than a college, but uh, she wants me to prospect literally around the world for people that might want to come to their new seminary.
Okay.
Now, my experience with seminaries is that most religious groups, whether they're, and I've been most kinds of Christians, whether they're conservative Baptists or Episcopalians, have a long established relationship with some seminary or a set of seminaries.
Mhm.
So even though it's not your wheelhouse, you have any thoughts about any of that?
Well, actually, it's in my wheelhouse. So,
Oh, see,
yeah.
God knows what she's doing.
Absolutely. So my previous institution I just left, we had one of the largest theological institutions. It was the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology
Okay,
out of Richmond, Virginia.
okay,
It was probably one of our largest and most influential programs at the time.
okay, okay.
It still is today. And
All
so
right.
my last two institutions have been private, religiously affiliated schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is there any, now that I've been that, you haven't met me before, I can be very forward and very shy simultaneously. So, any chance I can hook Dr. M, I know it starts with M, with you or talk, be the conduit? I'd rather just have you ladies connect, but y'all want me to be the conduit. Having a white guy in the middle of two African American ladies is bad idea, bad idea.
Yes, absolutely. And when you tell her I came out of Virginia Union University, she probably knows the school. So
Virginia, let me see if I can find a pen. I used to know how to write, but I heard cursive is going out. Virginia, what?
Virginia Union University.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Her last name is one or two syllables. It starts with an M. She's in a group that I'm in called Alignable, which has about 10 million people at this point.
Okay,
So I'll try to connect y'all.
that would be great.
Well, folks, we've been visiting with Dr. Carter, and I feel we're relatively confident that she'll be back sometimes in the future. And y'all just thank your lucky stars you got to meet her. Uh, since we've been on the phone here, I've had three actors from Hollywood, including Denzel, call me and say, "How can I get a date with her?" And
Hey, you have to send my information.
yeah,
Oh,
I
he's
said,
married. Oh, man.
yeah, well, but I also said that'll be $75, Denzel. So, and he sent me the money, so I'm doing pretty good.
Hey.
She lets me joke. She lets me joke around. God bless y'all. Thank you, Dr. Carter.
Absolutely.
Talk to you soon. God bless you.
Same to you. Have a
All
great
right.
one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.